Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is a little different. Like I said in one of my past videos recently, I am redoing my little makeup desk and little setup and organization. So I figured I'd show you guys the process. Hopefully I can fit this into one video. If not, the second part might just be the makeup organization. But if I can fit it into one, I will try. But I'm gonna show you guys me setting up like my new desk and reorganizing everything. I figured I'd do a video on this just because I think it's fun. I mean, I love seeing people organize like their makeup and all that stuff. So if you like all things beauty, make sure you hit subscribe down below. I upload every week and yeah, let's dive into it. And sorry, I'm not wearing any makeup and I look like I just woke up because I've just been building furniture all morning and kind of organizing and decluttering. But anyways, let's dive in. All right guys, hopefully this isn't too shaky and it's like really sunny out. So we just rent a little townhouse right now. So this spare bedroom I share with Matt. So I'm kind of just in this tight corner. But here is my desk. I bought this from Amazon many years ago, probably like 10 years ago. It used to have like a 3-panel mirror on the back, but I removed that so I can film. There's like my light setup and all that. I'm not going to get into that. I kind of just want to focus on the desk, vanity part, and the makeup declutter and organization. Over here, I just have some cheapy bins that I've bought in the past. This is all my lip products. Those bins I need to go through. The top one is like all eyeshadow palettes, and then the bottom two are hair crap, and I just need to go through it. This desk, I changed the knobs because the knobs were like dangly and really noisy and annoying. These drawers, the top ones are pretty shallow, so it's honestly hard for me to be organized and fit a lot of stuff in it. The two bottom ones are pretty deep. It used to have a sitting stool that fit nicely, but like I hated the stool. I wanted something with wheels. So I bought this chair off Amazon, which was actually a really good buy. It was pretty affordable, has a nice big base for my big butt, and it's on wheels. So the desk I got, it should fit under nicer. And then I just have some like random things I bought. Like this is all my cream blushes, bronzers, don't mind my mess. Single eyeshadow pots, eyeliners, some random stuff. This mirror I bought from Riki. I love it. It actually lights up. It's really nice. I love that about it. Stays charged for a pretty long time. And then over here, I just have more acrylic stuff, which I'm gonna reorganize for all my brushes. That one spins. More crap down here that needs organized. Another acrylic holder for my eyeshadow brushes. This is just a 3-tiered little bin I think I got from Home Goods. Here are all my powder, bronzers, and blushes. This is all my foundations and some random powders back there. This is where I keep my Shark Flex Style. So I kind of want to use this for all my hair tools. Move my makeup into like my new desk and cabinet that I got. And then over here is what you guys see part of in my background. And this again is just a drawer of like random crap that I need to go through and just declutter. And then I have my 2 favorite eyeshadow palettes here on this little holder. Oh, and then this is just like a table runner that I got and I wash it. I actually got a clear mat to go on my new desk, but this is a pretty easy idea. If you just find like a pretty one you like, you can find them pretty much anywhere. And I just wash it because you can see it gets like powder and foundation. The desk stayed pretty clean. Like I'll wipe down the desk every once in a while, but it's just like a way to kind of save the desktop from getting makeup-y. But I didn't know they had like these like clear ones that you can find a size to match, which I should have done a long time ago. But so yeah, we are just gonna get rid of this. I've already built my new one, and then I'll show you me setting it up, kind of reorganizing. So I already bought a few things from Amazon. So this is going to be the clear top for my new desk. And then I bought a clear acrylic organizer. And then this is a huge set of like different sizes of acrylic bins, recommend from Amazon. And then I got another, this one's like a little 3-tiered organizer. I bought my new desk and little cabinet from Ikea. It was really affordable. I will get more into that. I also bought these 2 bins that were really cheap from Ikea. I figured could hold a lot of stuff in the cabinet and the desk. Anything that's really old, I'm just tossing. Remember the Cover FX glitter highlighter drops? Forgot I had this. That's what I don't like about this drawer. It doesn't all fully come out, so there's so much back here that I just can never get to. More glitter drops. I'm just gonna throw all my makeup in this box. Just because I have to transport this desk out and then bring in the new one. I just think this will be the easiest route. This is all like newer stuff that I don't have storage that I just leave out on my desk. So excited for more storage so I don't have to do that. Does the brand Jouer even exist anymore? But I loved this concealer. I should see if that brand still exists, because this concealer was one of my ride or dies for the longest time. I have to see if this brand still exists. Definitely gonna throw this away though, because this is so old. But do they exist? Who knows? Throwing it away. This is what's fun about reorganizing. I'm finding things I forgot I had that I love. Do you remember Becca? Becca doesn't exist anymore. Opal, do you remember that? Such a viral product. Insane. It's broken and I don't use highlighters that much, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. It's a mini anyways. I keep hitting my legs on this desk, so I'm excited to have a bigger opening down here. And then this drawer is just like random stuff. Eyeshadow primer, my brows, a pencil sharpener. It's very, very random, so kind of like a junk drawer. Alright, that's pretty much the drawers. I don't really need to move all my lip products out of this little plastic drawer just because they're already contained and I can easily move that. And the eyeshadows, let me show you. So this whole bin is full of eyeshadow palettes. I know a lot of them are really, really old, but I feel like for me, the reason why I haven't gotten rid of them is because they just hold so many memories. When I first started getting into makeup and collecting makeup and first started my YouTube channel, and I feel like a lot of it is the reason why I don't want to get rid of them. They're just, I don't know, it's just so many memories. And some of these palettes I haven't really even used that much. I just was collecting makeup and really big into it, and I loved eyeshadow palettes, and I know I need to get rid of them, but some of them don't even look touched. I'm definitely going to go through it, don't get me wrong. It's just going to be really hard. I'll do a separate section on that just because I do a lot of memories with these, and we'll just talk a little bit about them and show you guys like all the eyeshadow palettes from the years. But this drawer is going to be tough. As you can see, it is stacked full. And then again, my other drawer, I don't really have to go through these because, well, I should to declutter it, but they're pretty much contained. And a lot of this stuff is on the newer side of things. Some of the stuff's not super new. Yeah, those are definitely old. Yeah, do you guys remember these? I'm gonna throw this one away, but I love this one. I was obsessed. As you can see, I hit pan. I was obsessed with these, but I'm gonna get rid of old stuff like this. Some like old palettes like this I still have. This one I've always kept because it has like really fun, unique highlighter colors I figured I'd keep for like Halloween or parties or costumes. But this one's kind of blah, and I'm just gonna get rid of that. Here's another brand I don't know if still exists, Pretty Vulgar. Look at this. Don't know if I'd ever wear that color, but it's like definitely a trendy color nowadays. I'm gonna get rid of it because I'm sure it is so old. I mean, look at that old school packaging. Look how old this is. But this was such a great blush from Wet n Wild, their color icon. This packaging is so old. I'm gonna get rid of that. Again, oh, here's Pretty Vulgar again in that old packaging. A Cover FX bronzer. I don't think I ever even used this. Still love this, even though it's old. Oh, it still smells like chocolate. I love this palette. I'm still gonna keep it, even though it's probably old. Don't judge me. I'm gonna get rid of this. This is pretty old. The Makeup Revolution Pro HD Powder Palette. This is pretty new, but it's crushed and falling apart, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I think I'm gonna get rid of this too. I actually really enjoyed this Cover FX little palette. It was definitely a shade too dark for me, but I still got my use out of it. But I'm gonna get rid of it because it's pretty old. Same with this Lorac palette. I actually hit pan. This was such a good palette, but I don't even think Lorac's around anymore, but look how cool that packaging is. But I'm gonna get rid of this. Although I'm obsessed with that wavelength blush, but I'm pretty sure you could find a blush like that anywhere nowadays. I think we're pretty good on that drawer. I mean, I'll still go through it once I reorganize again, but this drawer also has a lot of older stuff, like powders. Look, here's another Becca product. This powder I loved. This was the Hydro Mist Satin Refresh powder. It was like a cooling powder. It was really cool, but probably get rid of that. They probably still make this, but you guys remember the Banana Bright powder from Makeup Revolution? Do you guys remember that? They still sell it, I think. This was one of my favorite foundations when I had really oily skin, but I know it's so old, but it's the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. This was so good. Actually, I have it in 2 shades there. I'll get rid of that. I went through them not too long ago, so I probably won't even have to go through these too much just because I went through that not too long ago. So I'm gonna move all my hair stuff into here. And then this is just brushes. Probably not gonna get rid of any of these. These ColourPop single eyeshadow are pretty newish. Probably go through this. This is just a lot of pencils. This is this soap brow thing. Get rid of that. Probably so old. Get rid of that. I don't even know what this is. Gonna get rid of that. These I'll have to test, but these are like those old glitter eyeshadows, liquid glitter eyeshadows, but they're probably all dried out, so I'm gonna get rid of a lot of the stuff that's dried up. This is an eyeshadow primer. I have my Eden one, so I'll get rid of that one. Oh, it looks really old. This looks super old also, and anything that's more on the affordable side, like affordable brands, I'm just gonna get rid of. I don't know, a lot of this lip liners are on the newer side. I don't really see anything that's too old. This is like lip oils, lip balms, liquidy, you know, stuff. And again, like, you're gonna buy new stuff, so something in here is leaking because everything's sticky. I was obsessed with this Physicians Formula Diamond Plumper. Was so good, but that's leaking, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I love this color. This color was so good, but this is pretty old. I think I might get rid of it. I feel like lip glosses are one of those products that I'm definitely gonna go through and just really chuck it if I haven't gotten it in like the past year, because I feel like they start smelling weird and separating and just really gross. So yeah, I'll have to go through that more in depth. And then this is like liquid lipsticks, bullet lipsticks, stuff like that. I used to love these Tarte lip paints. These were so good. This definitely has a big mixture of new and old. So this, oh yeah, this was new, but I hate this Makeup by Mario lip. Ugh. This is pretty new. The e.l.f. bullet lips are good. So yeah, I'm gonna go through that and just probably get rid of a few things that are pretty old, dried up, crusting, separating. And then this is just where I'm keeping like cream blushes and bronzers, because that was the theme of my year, was trying a lot of cream bronzers and cream blushes. So these are all fairly new and bought within the year, I would say. So don't really need to get rid of any of this stuff. I'm just gonna put it in a different location going forward. So I'm just gonna show you that. And then this again is just mostly my everyday concealer brushes and brow products, my mirror, and it's a setting spray. So yeah, all we have to do is really the eyeshadow palettes, and it's pretty much a declutter, and then I will show you guys me reorganizing everything and setting up my new desk. I don't have a lot more space, so I'm really gonna have to get rid of a lot. Makes me sad inside, but I have to do it. Like I said, I just hold so many memories with all these. It's just taking up wasted space. I'll keep the really special ones, but I'm gonna try to get rid of most of them that are pretty old and I would never touch again. So 2, I'm definitely gonna keep the Jaclyn Hill palettes. You guys remember these? This one I feel like I barely touched. It looks pretty brand new, but I just love it. This was the original one, which got some decent use. I love these. I think they're great. I'm gonna keep them. I don't know. I feel like eyeshadow palettes, it's just like a pigment powder. Like, if it's a little old past expiration, I think it'll be okay. This one I forgot I had it. This is the Morphe Madison Beer palette. I actually love the tones. This got really good use. I love the tones in this one. So I'm gonna keep this one. It's just such a pretty palette. It has a big mirror. It's nice to travel with. The black did break in that and dissipated, but it's okay. I'm gonna try to go through this pretty quickly. I'm keeping this Tarte palette. It actually really sucked. The formulas in this was terrible. But this is so beautiful to look at. I know the water, like the oil in there, the water oil is starting to dry up, but it's so pretty. I bought this just for the packaging, so I'm just gonna keep it for the packaging. This was a really cool palette. This was the Urban Decay Metals. It was like all their pressed shimmery metallic eyeshadows. I might keep this just because it's really cool, and I feel like, I don't know, you can't go wrong with those shimmers. I might not use it, but I just think it's like a really cool palette. It's like unique. We'll see. I might have to dwindle down after already dwindling down. Some of these little palettes I got in, I think I did BoxyCharm and Ipsy. That's how I collected a lot of makeup, but I got a lot of these little palettes from there. I mean, this would be good for like costume makeup. So I might keep one or two like really fun, colorful palettes for costumes. I love this palette. This is one of the Too Faced palettes. This just has such pretty colors in it. I'm gonna have a maybe pile. This I will not get rid of. This is, I forgot I had this, the Anastasia Soft Glam. Such a good palette. I think you can still buy it. Being that, Too Faced Chocolate Gold. I feel like they always come out with like a chocolate palette. It smells like chocolate, but got this as a gift one year. I didn't get that too long ago. It'll be in the maybes. This was one of the Urban Decay Naked palettes. This was the rose gold one. The formulas in this actually really suck, so I'm gonna get rid of that. This has been a recent purchase. These NYX little palettes are really, really good. I'm gonna keep that. I use that a lot. This was one of those fun palettes. It's gonna be a maybe for maybe costume stuff. Same with this one, fun colors. Maybe. This Elf Little Quad is okay. Has really good neutrals, maybe. This is like a BoxyCharm palette. I'm gonna get rid of that. Different colors, but the formulas probably aren't amazing. This is newer. This is a She Glam Little Quad. These are really, really good and really affordable. This is okay palette. It's fairly new, so I am going to keep it. I was just really disappointed with the greens in there, and that's kind of why I bought it. This is for Makeup Revolution, but all the other shades are decent. I'll keep it because it's on the newer side. This is Violet Voss. Do you guys remember Violet Voss? This is old, so I'm going to get rid of that. Ooh, the Natasha Denona mini palettes. These are really good. I'm going to keep this. This is a really cool palette. Which one is this? Mini Star? Ace Beauty. I don't even think they're around anymore. Get rid of that. Oh, wait. I'm putting the wrong ones in the wrong palette. This is the trash here. Profusion from Walmart. That brand, they have like really good palettes. I feel like their pigments are decent and their formulas are decent. Cool palette. I'm gonna keep this. Love this palette from ColourPop. The Taupe palette. I've used this in some of my recent videos. So good. This Alamar Cosmetics palette is really different, but the formulas of this is amazing. And these shimmers are stunning. It'll go in the maybe pile. I used to love this My Little Pony and ColourPop collab. The colors in here were really unique. They were just really fun. It'll be a maybe. This was my first eyeshadow palette I ever bought. I was so young. So why would I buy something that said sexy on it? I don't know. I was trying to be womanly, I think. This was the Too Faced, The Return of Sexy. Look at how bulky and plasticky this packaging is. But this was really such a cool palette. It comes with like little pamphlets of eye looks to do. This is just giving me memories of when I first started doing makeup. I might just have to hold on to this. Not that I'll ever use it, but that it was my first eyeshadow palette I ever bought from Sephora. Probably my first Sephora purchase. Wow. It definitely brought me into a whole world. I had no idea it was coming. We're halfway there. Nothing special about that. Trash. Ace Beauty. Such a pretty palette if you like pinks. That's like unique. It'll be in the maybe. I'm gonna get rid of that. It looks old. It looks old too. I use this palette for when I was Wednesday for Halloween. It was like the perfect palette for like scary makeup. Might keep it just for costume makeup. This is like a Wet n Wild little trio, but this packaging looks broken. I'm gonna get rid of that. This was like pressed glitter. It's great for costumes, but it looks pretty beat up. I'm just gonna get rid of it because I'm sure you can buy glitters anywhere. This was a really cool Dose of Colors. You guys remember them? Blushing Berries. This was like a really cool palette, but I'm gonna get rid of that. A BoxyCharm palette. Trash. Lorac Pro. This was another one of my first palettes I ever got. I actually love this. This was such a good... Look how small eyeshadows were back then. How small they were. It's kind of wild. Compared to like nowadays, you get like so much more product. But man, this was such a good palette. This gives me some memories. I might keep it for my memories. This palette was really cool, like for display. It's like a book. It says Fairy Tales Storybook Cosmetics. Like literally looks like a book. It's kind of beat up, but I kind of might keep it just because it looks like a book. Maybe I could just keep it on display. That might be kind of cool for my background. A few more. I don't even know if they're around anymore. I was a big Lorac Pro person. This palette was so good. Again, look how tiny the little squares are. So it's such good neutral shades in it. Might keep it for memory. You guys probably think I'm crazy that I'm going to look back at these eyeshadows in this drawer and be like, just think about memories. Probably won't, but this was another amazing palette. This Too Faced Natural Love. This palette is beautiful, for one thing, and the shades in here were so dreamy. Oh, I love this palette. I'm just going to keep it. I'm sorry. This is another cool palette, the Tartist Pro Remix. Like very, very cool. It's probably really broken and had amazing, really fun shimmers in here. But I'm going to get rid of it just because it's a mess. But this was such a cool palette. And then you guys know I have my two favorite pretty new Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes. I'm going to keep those. And then this, let me grab this. This was just like I think they used to call it a Z palette. Very cool day where you could put your own little pieces in there, but I think I'll just get rid of it. I'm never gonna build a palette. I like just buying eyeshadow palettes, so I think I'm just gonna get rid of it. So that wasn't too bad. My keep pile is pretty big, so I'm only gonna keep like 1 or 2 Halloween makeup things. I keep the My Little Pony, and I keep this really fun, colorful one. Maybe I'll just keep like these with this pile. So there's still a lot here, but I got rid of like half, so I'm pretty proud of myself. I was gonna use this little guy for like my eyeshadow palettes, but obviously it has 7 slots. Definitely not enough. So I'm just gonna have to buy a few more storage things from Amazon, but gonna pretty much finalize everything and then I'll show you guys a rundown. Alright guys, I'm just adding this little clip in another day because I had to split that video into 2 parts. So that was my decluttering of all my makeup and kind of getting rid of the old and sorting everything out. So stay tuned for part 2, which will be me reorganizing my makeup in the new acrylic containers and then showing you the rundown of my desk all reorganized and put together. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you stay tuned, subscribe so you can see when part 2 comes available on my channel, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.